So a really practical way to live out this principle of it's not about us, a guided way, is through understanding some of the components of emotional intelligence. So you've likely heard the phrase before, emotional intelligence. It's nothing new or novel, but understanding it is really important, the components of it and how it manifests itself in our leadership. Whether you know it or not, you grew your emotional intelligence in sessions 1 and 2, because research suggests pretty confidently that when we reflect on our experiences, when we tell stories, when we have conversations with other people about leadership, we are growing our emotional intelligence. Simply the notion of reflection will help grow our self-awareness, essentially the building block or the first component of emotional intelligence. So we have a slide here that breaks it down for you in a pretty simple, understandable, but hopefully sticky terms. There are a number of authors who have written about emotional intelligence. We have blended essentially peer-reviewed papers with one of the primary authors that's out there for the last number of decades, Daniel Goleman. And he has a partner as well, Richard Boyatzis. And they wrote a book called Primal Leadership and some other follow-ups. And they landed in a spot where they describe emotional intelligence in the 4 components you see here: self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and social skill. And in this grid, we've shown you that self-awareness is an understanding of self. Do I know how I'm feeling? Why I'm feeling that way? Do I know that when I'm tired, I probably shouldn't be telling people what to do? Or that I'm envious right now? I'm threatened by something that someone I lead is saying because it's a better idea than the one I have. All these things that go through our head, that's self-awareness. There's a strategic level of self-awareness as well that we explored in sessions 1 and 2, which is, what do I believe? What are my core values? What should I be pursuing just kind of on a macro level for my vocation based on what I value? The next component, as we go down there, of self is our behavior. So we can understand our own emotions and what we're feeling, but can we manage that? This is one of my personal struggles with self-management, especially as a basketball coach. I know I'm upset. I know I'm upset. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. But I say it anyway, right? In particular, a lot of times when directed at referees, I've worked on it and I understand what might get me upset in the moment and how do I calm down, or how do I have somebody that's telling me to calm down? When I coach, I would tell my players, hey, just tell me to be quiet. Like, you have that license. I know that I'm not the best at self-management in these moments. So we can understand our emotions and what we're feeling, then can we manage them? On the other side of the grid, we've got others. So we take who we are, understand ourselves and how we behave, and then we translate that to leading others, which is really the most important part. So social awareness is an understanding of others. Can I read body language? Can I understand how I'm making people feel right now? Other researchers have called parts of this emotion perception. Can I read the room is essentially social awareness. And it's, when it comes down to it, it's this awareness, this empathy of what people are going through, and am I thinking about them and not just about myself? And then living that out is social skill, behaviors. And this is put simply, pushing the right buttons. When you hear about leaders who achieve success, you hear about people who push the right buttons. They just knew how to get the most out of me. That could be getting the most out of me by giving me compliments and telling me how great I am because I need that. It could be getting the most out of me by challenging me, being tough on me, get me to do more than I thought I could do. But this social skill comes through in our ability to relate to other people, connect with them, and use the other 3 really to then push the right buttons. And that then lands itself in our decision-making as leaders, whether they're quick decisions in the moment, big decisions. We take our combination of emotional intelligence and then we live out who we are as a leader. We are impacting people's lives when they are in our care, and our emotions are a huge part of that. So it's an obligation essentially for us to understand who we are, to be self-aware, and then to take that and live out self-management and social awareness and have skill in how we influence other people.
About 2 years and 4 months ago, I lost my son.
It bothered me the way that people treated her just because she wasn't the same as them.
And they run with it. I think, oh, I do have leadership.
So both are critical components, both the experience and the reflection.
And I remember looking at that kid and with tears in my eyes saying, why didn't I know that?
It's not necessarily about who has the best physical skill. It's more about who can see the game, who understands how the pieces fit together.
When you join us on the journey, it's not prescriptive. It should be liberating. It's not about us telling you how to lead. It's about you deciding for yourself how to lead.